Hello fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. On the last episode, we began the first day of the trial of Reunion and Turnabout, where we finally met up with the protege of Manfred von Karma, his daughter, Franziska von Karma, who really wants revenge because we defeated her father. But, yeah, Gumshoe came up to testify about what happened, and, we managed to poke a couple holes into his testimony, including a literal hole that was in Maya's costume, thanks to a gunshot. And thanks to that hole, and another one that we found on the folding board, we were able to deduce that Maya wasn't close to the guy. She was cowering in fear away from him, which means that there is a possibility there was someone else in there. So, the trial went to a break as they prepared the next witness, who's going to be Lotta bots. I can't wait. But yeah, so we're about to jump back into the trial. So let's see what happens now. Whew. That was a close one. I knew you were giving your all to defend me. I don't know where Maya and Pearl's voice go anymore. I can feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. Good thing to say, Phoenix. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully and made theories and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. You mean Lotta Bot. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Oh, poor Maya's sad that this is gonna happen. Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come haunt you and come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Maya? Yeah! Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I think I might find some way to differentiate them. Oop, I accidentally skipped. Luckily, just skipped to the end of the text. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Oh, no. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey Phoenix, how you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza.
Name and occupation. What's up with prosecutors not getting this available? They never get their name and occupation the first try.
I declare. What in tarnation? Hey Judge. This here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine. I mean, everyone else is suffering from it, Lotta. What did you expect? Where were you at during the first half?
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah.
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. I'm so happy I'm getting these. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
Well, you took forever.
The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Okay. I mean, technically, Lotta and Phoenix both witnessed the exact same thing. The only difference is that Lotta took pictures. So, I mean, we could probably confirm or deny whatever she says pretty easily, I hope.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then, bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, and the defendant, waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Ah.
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Let's see here. This here's the picture.
It was certainly seen that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Lotta's photo added to the court record. That's not a good photo for us. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. All right, so from first examination, nothing really stood out, except for one thing. One thing stood out. That's true, only the doc and the defendant went in the challenge chamber. We saw that. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. We heard that. The lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. We did that too. No mention of the second gunshot, though. In fact, no mention of the second picture yet. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I don't think she was waving the picture around, so let's press this. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Press harder, leave her be. Alright, we're gonna press harder because we have the option. Lotta! Please, think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Flashback. There should be a flashback. Wait, so you took a... What picture was that then? That's not the ones we just saw. Oh, that was the second one. Well, that'll help us. That should help us. When you saw the murder at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Well, you see.
Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Well, I mean, she was here last time and didn't.
Yeah, so sorry.
Good. Let's shift things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered.
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats. And I'm trapped like one. Again. Okay. Well, that was... We didn't really... Well, we got a couple things from that. We almost poked a hole, and then we got fought back. So let's press on this one now. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. I think for this testimony, we currently need to just press. Because there's nothing we really have that... I mean, that picture's kind of solid, but we have nothing to go against it at the moment. Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fay?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The challenge chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... We have behind the folding screen, we have behind the door, we have under the flooring. Did the door open? I think the door opened into the room. And we kind of barged those through, so I don't think behind the door would work. Under the flooring, that'd be kind of hard to see. Behind the folding screen, though, that wouldn't be visible on the picture. What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rec given.
Huh? What in the...
Rec given. You know. You reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that fold-in screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Oh, please don't start talking fast. Rec given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as wreck and given. Ah! Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Alright, so this is what Phoenix is saying, I think, at the end, after pressing, and then it wraps back around to the testimony. Never mind, now it is. Okay, only the doctor and the defendant went to the challenge chamber. Yeah, there's nothing that we could really press. In fact, we could we're going to rush to the room. The dead victim, the defendant waving a pistol round. Other than that, no one else in the room. Yeah, but see, this is the wrap around. So it's exactly how I would have told it too. Okay, so let's, I think we just need to press something random. Was it really only those two that went in? I pressed those first two ones because I think we needed those to progress. Anything else after this is, I think, is just to also progress, but you don't need to do this one, for instance. Because, what are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on! We can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. Actually, I think at this point we just need to press everything. Just to see Phoenix squirm more. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why did you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I said, Mr. Weird, was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you that was a gunshot I heard.
I mean, that was a gunshot you heard. She's talking about case 1-4.
Now this is where the story heats up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the third and fourth, okay, we did, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we did 4 and 5. We needed those so that we could get, like, the press harder expand things, but you technically have to press every single one of them. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Like a Phoenix clearly knows it's him, and then he still goes, Mr. Lawyer there. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why did you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, boy. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. Just as I thought. Okay, here we go. There's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? Present evidence, can't present anything yet. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode that if we did this, if we have this option, always do this, because why else would we do this? But in fact, we don't have anything at the moment, so we have to do can't present anything yet, because there's nothing we can do. And this is just a lie. I mean, if we do that, we'll start presenting evidence that will just get us penalized. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough! Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. The defense. Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia? Oh, I just punched myself in the face with my microphone. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? You, but... pearls? Okay, this is... okay. Her clothes are a bit small. This is weird. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Oh, here's another flashback. So yeah, this proves that Pearl is a fae, clearly. If she can channel someone at 8. Mine was 17 in last game. And she started struggling at the end. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. All right, time to get like a 5th wind or something. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? Wow, I messed up that last half of the sentence. but, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right. I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about?
Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay. You got it.
See? You got through to the judge somehow, right? Yeah, through Francisca's whip. Hey, see? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Part 2. We got a whole new testimony. Which means that she speaks more.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. There's one thing that we could press. Or one thing we should press. I mentioned this multiple times already. Oop, right, not there. We're not focused on the dead body currently. We're focused on Maya. I mean, there's this one that we could press if we wanted to, but we're more focused on the thing that could possibly get us some more evidence. Take a shot. She took 2. 2, right?
Take 2 what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding?
No. You've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma! Miss Von Karma! You're hiding critical evidence? That doesn't sound good. Unforgivable, Von Karma. I mean, technically the same thing happened with Edgeworth in case 1 too, right? What was it? It was, I don't remember what it was. It wasn't the updated autopsy report. Oh, that was kind of part of it too. No, I think that was it. Confront Francisca, leave it to the judge. Let's confront Francisca. Let's stoke the flames. I never read what Phoenix said there. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Really, Phoenix? That's what you can come up with? Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. That 8-year-old comeback. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How can you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with a second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. God, I can't speak. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Oh, we got the photo in our evidence, but we haven't even taken a look at it yet. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Why would I insist that it's Maya? If I drop the issue, then I'd be like, no, that's Maya. That's clearly Maya. And then people would point at me weird and say I should get my eyes checked. Also, that would kind of make her guilty. Let's just do this. Your Honor! As you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. What's that supposed to mean? There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it! Well, she doesn't look happy. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. I bet that hurts. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma! What do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Ooh, oh, that's creepy. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. Okay, one thing about this picture that's weird about Phoenix Wright is that, if you've noticed, most of the photos are in black and white. This is like, I think, even including 1.5, I think this might be the only picture that's not in black and white. No, I actually think there's a picture in 1.5 that isn't black and white. Which is weird because this is 2017. But just so happens that this is in color, which is odd. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet, it is the truth. Wow, Phoenix wasn't the one that brought it up, so we don't look crazy. But she brings it up and it's perfectly fine? When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Uh-oh. Mia? Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal. Yeah, it was a creep shot. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. But what is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. That's not good. I don't even have a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. He just found out ghosts are real. Are you saying that this person is the defendant? Maya Fey? Also, I like how Von Karma clearly knows that Pearl is not Pearl anymore. Because you just had a normal chat with an 8-year-old, apparently. If I give up here, this trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I can't prove it. I can prove it. Okay, well, just like the I can't present evidence yet, this is the one where we can present something. So let's do that. This is one where if we chose incorrectly, it would end. Your Honor! Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. The color hasn't returned to your face yet after you learn that ghosts are real. This picture... Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Ooh, 2 points penalized. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture for the court? Well, the only place I could really pick is... Where's the hole in her sleeve? Take that! Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve. But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. That's Von Karma, not the judge. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Oh no, we're doomed. Manfred Von Karma got assigned the penalty for something, and then he killed Edgeworth's dad. We just got our penalty for this. We're doomed. All right! This should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. Oh, she's brushing it away. Well, what do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools under the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth. I know it. The woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Francisco von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that that detective gets what's coming. Oh, poor Gumshoe. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. I almost said evidence. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you got into this one shot, all right? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor! There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The picture is a fake. That won't help. The bullet hole was made later. That also won't help. The shooter was someone else. Clearly the right option. The first two would do Maya. The third one's the only out we have. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. I keep on saying only. I keep on flipping words, but the sentence still works. Oh, we got the corner theme. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. That's what I get for trying to read them as the text comes in. What? Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah!
Why me?
The defense's argument is a complete mess. Look how she whipped Lotta for no reason. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us. Hey, witness.
What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor?
Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Oh, she's mad.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see.
Look, sis. You're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you? Wah. I swear. I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there. Honest.
You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh god, she's becoming the Riddler. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Oh, that's a mood. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right! Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I almost said Mr. I can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Let's say it fully, it's weird. Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. That's right. Me would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left that room somehow? I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is a third person had entered it, Maya had left the room, something I can't explain yet. Well, we need an answer, so that won't work. A third person entered it, Maya had left the room. We have, depending on which one we pick, we need to give proof, because it's court, of course. And actually, there's only proof for one of these things, and it is the one we're currently on. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Oh, at least I get those right. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. And this is where the key to this case comes in, because I haven't mentioned this, but this key looks awfully familiar to the one that she brought in with her. How'd Pearl get it? Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door?
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all.
Oh, you don't know how much it helps, Lotta. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? It looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have this key at the time of her arrest.
Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. Okay. It's innocent. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key that you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. Oh, thank God I said it right. I have never lost a case. Well, neither did your father or Edgeworth. And look at how that turned out. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough! If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Woo! We bought ourselves another day. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Oh God, Maya and Mia haven't met since. Yes, I felt I had no choice. Because Mia's been in Maya's body the whole time during the first game. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. I mean, she could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance? Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. I mean, we're not gonna have her walk back. All right, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. Oh, we got the to be continued. We're blazing through this game. Yeah, this should not take 120 parts. Unless something awful happens. let's not tempt fate. Let's not try and jinx ourselves from that. Part 3 investigation. So we finished off the court case, and now we're going back to hopefully find some more information. Because if you remember from the first game, we have 3 days, and that was only day 1. So we have a couple more days that we could possibly spend looking for this killer. But we have some more tools, and we have some new evidence. So, on the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, we'll be heading back to Crane Village to take more looks at certain places and probably talk with more people. Until we find out exactly what exactly happened in that room, and how could a third person have possibly got in there. So, until next time, hopefully you enjoy.